We are live in three, in two, in one. What is up, everybody? And welcome back to Zachary Reality. It is Zachary Reality, and we are here on Wednesday, September 4th, to break down last night's dramatic, jaw dropping Bachelorette finale, chatting with Jenn, Devin, Marcus, and we're also going to be breaking down the Dancing with the Stars cast. So I'm so excited that you guys have joined and that you guys are here to break it all down with me. If you are in the live chat, make sure that you leave your comments down below so that I can put them on the screen and respond. Also, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and hit subscribe. It's been a crazy night. Last night was so dramatic. The finale was absolutely insane. And we're going to break it all down. And we're also going to share the text messages that Devin posted on his story. We're going to talk about Jenn and all the drama from Devin and Jenn. Like, that breakup was crazy. The Marcus of it all. Oh my gosh. Hi, Cooking in the Casino. Hi, Bittersweet. Talking Star Wars says, I think Sasha's a good partner for Jenn to dance with. Me too. And Emmy says, so happy that both Jenn and Joey are on Dancing with the Stars. I know Jerry didn't do it, but do you think perhaps Joan or future Golden Bachelorette could do next year? I do. I really think that if Joan becomes really popular, relevant, and likable, she could do the Dancing with the Stars next year. I think Gary maybe could have done it. I don't think it's like a Golden thing. I think that Gary ended up getting divorced and like having like a reputation that was kind of ruined. So I feel like that's why they didn't end up choosing him. But I'm so happy that they chose Joey and Jenn. Oh my God, we're going to get into it. One more comment and then we're going to start talking about the Bachelorette. We're going to go in order and we'll be live for about 30 to 40 minutes. So if you have to go, it'll be saved. But let's get to it. I hope to God Jenn finds someone better. Just think she'd have practice for a future wedding during Dancing with the Stars. Joey too, whenever he and Kelsey get married. I know. But at least Jenn now has something to distract herself with, considering that breakup was super, super messy. So let's talk about the show last night, the Bachelorette finale. Now, I did post a YouTube video last night, very late, with some of my thoughts, and you guys have seen my TikToks. You might know where I kind of stand. I've obviously done the recap, but we went into this finale with Marcus and with Devin, and they met the families. And I loved Jenn's family. Can we all agree that Jenn had such an amazing family? Her brother was so protective of her, and he did, say like, hey, like you have in the past fell for emotionally available men. This guy, Marcus, seems like an emotionally available man. I feel like with Marcus, it was just like the writing was on the wall last week when he's like, I am not going to get there. And then we kind of were thinking, I'm like, is Marcus just not in love with Jenn? Or is Marcus just not ready for a relationship at all? Because when Marcus and Jenn finally broke up, he did say to her, I love you. But I feel like saying I love you is different than saying I'm in love with you. And I kind of feel like Marcus and Jenn ended up just having more of like, they're never going to be friends. Like Jonathan and Jenn are friends, right? Like they could actually have a friendship. And I know everyone's like, she should have picked Jonathan. She should have picked Jonathan. No, like Jenn said on After the Final Rose that her and Jonathan were like friends. And like, that's kind of where they're at. And Jonathan's going to go to Bachelor in Paradise. But with Marcus, it was kind of just like a stalemate. They were not going to get anywhere. And Jenn became so frustrated with Marcus by the end of it that like she was kind of the one who like initiated it, because Marcus is the type of person that like needs to be broken up with, right? Like he can't break up with someone. He couldn't make up his mind. He was really emotional and he clearly has a lot of demons that he has been battling and he's just not ready for a relationship. I mean, we have to give him some empathy. He was like what, in the military, he's watched people get killed. He was dropped off at foster care. He's been through a lot. And I loved the scene between Marcus and his sister during his hometown date. Like, it's clear that Marcus is a good guy and wants to be a good guy. And I think that as long as Marcus can mature, and I mean, he seems really mature. I just don't think he's like capable of being in love. But I think if Marcus finds the right girl, and I just don't think Jenn was the right girl for him. And I honestly feel like he kind of led Jenn on a little bit. I don't know if he just felt pressure because of the show. But I felt like he kind of knew that he wasn't going to get there. And it was really Jenn who had to be like, okay, well, let's break up. Like, what are you doing? What are your guys' thoughts about Marcus? Let me know in the live chat. I want to read a couple of them. And we're going to talk about Dancing with the Stars, so just be patient. So Talking Star Wars says, are Marcus and others allowed to reapply for future seasons? We've seen alumni like Blake Moynes, Nick Viall go on future seasons, but I don't know if you're talking more specifically about Bachelor in Paradise. Do we think Marcus will go to Bachelor in Paradise? As of now, no. Do I want to see him there? No. In a year from now, will I want to see him there to stir up some tea? Probably. I mean, if Bachelor in Paradise started filming next month, I'd be like, Marcus, you're not going. You're not available. But in a year from now, if Marcus has some growth and has some new perspective and is really ready for a relationship, I would love to see him in Bachelor in Paradise next year. But I also feel like Marcus is the type of guy that is going to kind of disappear and never really be in the spotlight. He didn't, I don't really think he wants to post much, but I guess we'll see. He did kind of seem funny on social media, like the few posts that he did with the behind the scenes stuff. So I don't know, but I did like seeing Marcus on After the Final Rose because at least he was respectful towards Jenn, unlike someone else who we're going to get to. And I felt like Marcus at the end of the day wanted to be a good person and wanted to really commend Jenn for her journey and for putting herself out there. And I feel like he really did want to wish her well. And he tried, and he did have genuine tears. Did Devin ever cry? I can't wait to talk about him. Okay, Teresa says, Marcus just needs time in therapy. That's kind of what I think too. Any more thoughts about Marcus? Leave them in the live chat. Your mom loves YouTube. I never really thought he'd let her on until the end. She was totally into him and she was the pursuer. And that's the thing. It's like Jenn came into this season saying that she didn't want to date emotionally available men anymore. She came into this season saying that she now knows what she deserves. But I felt like she didn't. And maybe she does now. And maybe she needed to be like broken up with and like embarrassed and like proposed to a guy on national TV to like now know her worth. But I felt like she needed this journey to figure out her worth. And I loved what Jesse Palmer said when he stood by her and really commended her for putting herself out there this season. But the guys also were not it. I mean, there's that whole conversation of like, was Jenn even the Bachelorette to begin with? She is the Bachelorette. Like there was multiple people who were in talks to be the Bachelorette, Maria, Daisy, and Jenn. Those were the three contenders. Daisy didn't want to do it. She got a boyfriend. She couldn't do it because her hearing. Maria, like, not because her hearing. We love Daisy. Sorry. But she basically like went through so much with her hearing loss and then doing the show like all at once that Daisy was not mentally prepared to be the Bachelorette. Guys, I love Daisy. She is a friend of mine. But Maria, she's the one that went on Call Her Daddy and said that she turned down the role. And then Jenn went on Call Her Daddy and said, well, multiple people were offered the role. I was the one that kind of got chosen. So they had different sides of the story. And Maria ended up unfollowing Jenn on Instagram. And she posted a couple stories supporting the season and then kind of disappeared. So I don't know if Maria and Jenn had a falling out. It kind of seems like they did. I mean, why else would Jenn be so triggered that Devin followed Maria the next day, which I totally understand. I mean, that is so rude for Devin to follow Maria on Instagram the next day. And Devin now unfollowed Maria, so that he's no longer following her. But like, where do Jenn and Maria stand? Maria seems to be in the Bahamas living her best life. She's going to Alex Cooper's parties at the surf lodge every weekend, getting drunk, slapping people in the face. A lot's going on. The guy was, I agree, most of the cast sucks. I'm honestly glad she didn't end up with anyone. None of them were good, but Jonathan. I mean, I really liked Jeremy. I thought Jeremy was really handsome and a great guy. But then seeing that Jeremy was like at the club with Devin and potentially supporting his disrespect of Jenn and their relationship makes me look at Jeremy a little differently because his eyes kind of lit up when he was mentioned. It wasn't like, oops. It was more like, oh, like, hey, I'm in it now. I was like, Jeremy, I was rooting for you. I was your number one fan. Do not make me regret that. Do not. So let's talk about Devin and Jenn, and then I will talk about the text messages that have been shared, all the fallout, and then we're going to get into Dancing with the Stars. So we do have a few more things to talk about. Like I said, we're going to go live for 30 to 40 minutes, and we are 9 minutes in. So we still have a lot to cover. Do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. If you guys are here, I got 49 people here. Hey, girls. Hey, guys. Give this video a thumbs up right now, hit the like, and keep putting your thoughts in the live chat so I can put them on the screen. Winsome says, his eyes did light up, SMH. Maybe Jeremy didn't know Devin was with Jenn. I need the receipts. Oh, Jeremy knew. Of course he knew. He said that he was there to support Devin and Marcus. When Jonathan was called on, he said that he was there to support Jenn. Jeremy was there to support Devin. And that's what he did. And he chose his side. So Devin and Jenn, we've seen the whole season, the love story between Jenn and Devin. Devin has been the type of guy all season long to fight for Jenn, to really go out of his way to pursue her. Every single group date, Devin pissed guys off to get extra time with Jenn. He pursued her. He stole her first. He got into fights with Sam M, fights with Thomas, fights with Aaron. Devin was fighting half of the house because he was so passionate about his relationship with Jenn, and he was so passionate about it to the camera when he talked to us in the ITMs and the confessionals. There was not one reason for us to believe that Devin was not all in with Jenn and that he wasn't this nerdy, goofy guy who's in a freaking run club in Houston that wears matching shirts, that he wasn't the dorkiest guy in the freaking world that was going to be perfect for Jenn and they were going to live a nerdy, dorky life together. We had no reason to believe that Devin would end up being an F-boy and being a jerk. I mean, he did post some thirst traps on Instagram. Devin kind of looked hot on IG. So I was like, why is he trying to look hot on IG? You know, like a couple of his pictures were giving thirst traps, actually. And since I figured out that Jenn was single about a month ago or a few weeks ago, I did end up posting the DM that I was talking about. I posted it on my TikTok and my Twitter. So if you guys have not seen it, check it out. I can read it for you guys. Just let me know if you want me to read it. But I did get a DM that they broke up like a month ago, and I did believe it. And I kind of, you know, heard little rumblings and it got signs and I figured it out. I knew Jenn was single. It was so obvious by the way she was posting. I don't know how to explain it. You could just see it in her eyes, the interviews that she was doing. She never said that she was engaged, which is something a lot of times they say. She never said she found love. All she said was that she was happy. Well, is she happy? Because she looked really sad last night. She looked very sad. But I think she's happy today. She has a new journey and, you know, she'll be on Dancing with the Stars. But I totally figured out Jenn was single. But the question was, what went wrong? How did it happen? We needed the tea. We needed the breakdown. We needed this after the final rose to see how we got here. And we got here, baby. We got here. Okay, some people are saying Devin love bombed Jenn. Devin got all of us mad. Marcus needs some therapy. Devin got us really mad last night. I mean, you thought Tino looked bad. Devin, whew, it was just such a 180 with Devin. Like, he really loved her all season and fought for her. So what happened? Did he get the ick? Was he using her for TV? Was he just in it for himself? I saw someone say that straight men will pursue a girl, get aggressive when they know that there's other girls after them. And then once they win the girl, their ego is fulfilled and then they no longer like the girl anymore. Is that true about straight men? I'm not a straight man. I don't know. I mean, my mom said that she thinks Devin is a narcissist, but, you know, we don't want to throw around big words. Devin is a jerk. Devin is Tino 10.0. I know, and Rachel Recchia in the audience had us all gooped and gagged because it was kind of weird how Rachel Recchia and Kylie were gossiping and laughing while the Marcus breakup was happening. I was like, why are they gossiping and laughing while Marcus is like having such an emotional breakup with Jenn? But then, of course, we saw Rachel Recchia cry and get her whole PTSD and nostalgia when Jenn was up there hysterically crying. And I do want to say that I felt absolutely horrible for Jenn Tran last night. I mean, the tears, I was so sad for her. I was crying for her. It was absolutely devastating to watch her on After the Final Rose pour her heart out. And you know it was genuine. She wanted to find love. She wanted to have a family with Devin. She said that and she meant it. And did he mean it? Because what I saw in After the Final Rose was a lot of mumbling under his breath, a lot of pouting, a lot of maybe the things that he accused Sam M of being. Did you guys see that Sam M and Aaron, two guys from this season, are very happy, gloating on social media that they were right about Devin all along? You know what? Maybe they were. It's just so hard to believe because it was just such a different person. And Jenn did say this best. The person that she proposed to is not the person, not the version that we saw last night. The guy that we saw on the show was so different. Literally so different than what we saw on last night. And this is live TV. So like, was he really just pretending the whole time? Or it could have just been the thing where he really just wanted to win the girl. And then once he got her, he was like, I don't need her. Like, that was the energy. And it just sucks because Jenn has always said that she was looking for validation in men. She was over toxic relationships and that she really wanted to find an emotionally available man that was going to choose her. And we really thought Devin was going to choose her and be that person for her. And he wasn't. And she was really disappointed. So where things went wrong and where we got to this breakup. And then I do want to talk about the proposal because I have some thoughts and I'm going to be honest with them. But where we went wrong and what Jenn said, because they actually brought her out first before they showed the proposal. Jenn said that he kind of stopped trying. She wanted to go to couples counseling. He didn't want to do that. He wouldn't make an effort to see her. He wasn't texting her back. He wasn't calling her. You're my fiance. You call me. You're my best friend. Call me. You are my mother. Call me. Text me. Don't ignore me. What are you doing that you need to ignore me? Send me a text. Hey, I'm busy right now. I'll call you in 2 hours and let me know when you're free. Don't ignore me. You should never feel ignored in a healthy relationship, whether that's your best friend, your mother, your father, a partner. You should never feel ignored in a relationship, ever. Someone can literally send a text and say, hey, I am busy right now. I'm going to call you in a few hours. I understand that some people are not good on their phones. Like, I totally get that. I am not one of those people. And I do understand that sometimes people need time to think about a text before they send it. I get that. But like, she should not feel ignored and insecure in her relationship, because that is not what she signed up for. That's not why she proposed to him. And that's not what she committed to. She committed to life, love, happiness, all of the things. Okay, we have a bunch of comments here because clearly I'm going off. So let's read a few more comments. Notice how both Devin and Marcus say they couldn't live up to their expectations. And that's what's so frustrating, Marie, is because Jenn wanted to finally find that guy that was going to live up to her expectations. And hopefully she still does. And of course she will one day. But I don't think Jenn is ready for that yet. And it's just not her time yet. She's 26. She'll find it by 30. Like, he was playing a role. Do you think Jenn could or maybe pursue love again in Bachelor in Paradise? I think that if Jenn went to Paradise, she would look thirsty. I don't think she should go to Paradise at all. I think Maria should go to Paradise, though. They were all there for fame and sniffed each other out, which is why they hated each other. Devin just played the game better. Interesting take. Devin watched the show. Jenn chased Sam and Marcus. Yeah, see, Jenn was chasing a lot of guys the whole season. Jenn was the pursuer. Jenn was the aggressor. And it's really unfortunate because she was the Bachelorette. People were supposed to pursue her. It's like, what's wrong with her? Like, was she just like throwing herself at these guys? Is that what turned them off? Because she's beautiful. She's stunning. She's intelligent. She's emotionally intelligent, great style. She's a kind person. She seems really fun. You know, Jenn seems great. Like, Jenn needs to know her worth because she is, you know, beautiful and she deserves love. But if she doesn't think she does, then she's going to come across like she's chasing these men and looking for validation. And it kind of felt like that all season. It was a very interesting season of The Bachelorette, a very different angle for us. This chat is so cathartic. Thanks for being our bestie to debrief with. Oh my God, you guys are so nice. It means so much to me. Thank you guys so much. I always feel the love a lot more during big nights, like finale nights or announcements. I always get like a lot more comments and a lot more people saying thank you for your service. And those comments mean so much to me. So please give this video a thumbs up if you guys are tuning in live. We have 93 people here, so maybe we'll get to over 100. But please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. I still have the text messages that I have to show you guys too. Okay, Stephanie says, do you think he could have rather have taken the fall being a bad dude in the relationship rather than being a racist dude? Okay, I did see, obviously, there was some racism in his past. I didn't really look into those, to be honest. I don't really know if those were like tweets when he was like a teenager or like whatever. Like, I have no idea. I don't think he's racist. Maybe he was like young and ignorant and made mistakes. And I'm, you know, hopefully can give him the benefit of the doubt. But I think that he should have took the fall better. He should have said, I fucked up. I was wrong. Like, why is it so hard to be like, hey, I was wrong? Like, it took him forever to get there. I think Devin felt really like blindsided about maybe how mad she was on After the Final Rose, because it kind of seems like there could be more to the story. And I think he was like taken off guard that she called him out for the Jeremy thing and the Maria thing. But like, he was definitely huffing and puffing. And then maybe he like kind of tried to take more accountability at the end when he was like, I understand. But it seems like Devin has more to say, especially since he did release text messages at 4 a.m. on his Instagram story and then quickly deleted them. So when is Devin's podcast coming out? Because we need to see it. Don't silence him. We obviously want to see Jenn thrive, and we are on Team Jenn. 100%. There's nothing Devin could say that is going to make me Team Devin. Like, I'm going to root for Jenn on Dancing with the Stars. I'm going to cheer her on. Like, I'm happy for her. I love her. Like, I'm really happy for her. But I'm just saying that, like, Devin does have a side of the story, and it deserves to be shared, whether we like it or not. I mean, what happened with Tino is that he was so bullied and like so eviscerated on After the Final Rose that he like went into hiding and like never did podcasts. And then when he did, like, no one cared. It was too late. So I hope that Devin does a podcast today. Put him on Bachelor Happy Hour right now. Don't waste time. Go to the Vile Files. Like, I don't want to see Jenn get roasted. I don't want to see him try and make Jenn look bad or twist the story. I just want to really hear a mature man, if possible, like explain what happened in his side and like why he stopped trying in the relationship. Because I felt like he was ambushed on After the Final Rose and couldn't speak because she was so passionate and so hurt. And I cried with her and those tears were genuine. And we are always going to be Team Jenn. Even if he has a side, we're still Team Jenn because the way she was crying on After the Final Rose was devastating to watch. It was so hard to watch. Like, I can't even get over how hard it was to watch. But I just want to hear what Devin has to say. You know, how high were her expectations? I don't think she should do Paradise. She shouldn't. But I want to, if anyone's going to go to Paradise, it should be Marcus, if he can get there in a year. I don't really want to see Devin there, but if he wanted to go, like, sign me up. I love good TV. You're having a chat with us in the AM. Zachary always rocking on his channel, period. Oh my God, it feels so nice that you guys are all here. Okay, there's so many. No, Zach, can't stand him. I agree. Okay, also, guys, I just interviewed HUD from Claim to Fame, so I'm going to put that out today if you guys watch Claim to Fame. Okay, let's talk about the proposal, and then we'll get into the text messages. And then we're still going to talk about Dance with the Stars. So Jenn proposed to Devin. She basically wanted him to be chosen, right? Because, you know, Devin explained multiple times throughout the season that he was having insecurities and doubts. And Jenn literally apologized during the proposal to him. She literally said, I know you love me, and I'm sorry if you ever doubted how much I loved you. That is like crazy considering where we are now. Because she was the one that was all in and he was the one that broke up with her. So she proposed with like a shell. She didn't get on one knee. Like we saw Becca Kufrin kind of got on one knee when she proposed to Thomas. I don't really think she should have proposed, to be honest. I think it was kind of like a submissive thing to do. And like it potentially could have like emasculated him in some ways. I do love how she says she doesn't regret it. And I still respect her as a woman who wanted to propose to this man and let him know that he was chosen. But I also don't think she had to do that because I feel like her choosing him and giving him the final rose was like him being chosen, right? Like that's the whole point of the show. And why I was so mad at Devin at Final 3 is because he was like, I'm not chosen. I'm not chosen. Why aren't I chosen? And he couldn't wait, right? I think that like she didn't have to propose, but you know, whatever, like she said she didn't regret it. It was fine. Like, I understand. But then at least he proposed. Okay, at least he proposed after. I was so worried that he was not going to propose after. Like, oh my gosh. I have talked about this like once, but like, I want to get engaged more than anything. I want to get married. That's like my biggest dream. And I want to get proposed to one day. I like literally can't wait. So we never proposed to men. You know, I'm the more submissive one in my future gay relationship. I'm single, guys. So she proposed and then he proposed and then they decided to show it to both of them while they were sitting there on the couch together. Oh my God. Bachelor Nation, Twitter, everyone was outraged over this move. I think that they wanted to see Jenn get ahead of it, obviously, because everyone knew they broke up. It was very obvious. The energy in the room was obvious that they broke up. But they wanted to kind of let Jenn speak on the relationship and what went wrong before they showed the proposal. I don't know if it was just like a way of like keeping the viewers engaged or intrigued to like stick around the 3 hours, which is longer than a movie, or if it was just like a tactic to make Jenn cry on TV and so that we can really like feel for her and get pulled out on her heartstrings. You know, what do you guys think? Why would they do that? Why did they do that? They should have showed the proposal before they brought Jenn out. Like, or just showed it when she was there by herself. Like, why? I don't get it. It made no sense. They could have just showed the proposal and then Jenn could have cut to Jenn on after the final rose crying about how it didn't work out. The way that they made her watch that, and she's like, I don't have a choice. She was so emotional. And then next to him, I would have slapped him in the face. I would have threw something. Like, what? Where are my Jersey housewives? I would have threw something. I would have slapped him. Like, obviously, you can't slap someone, right, on TV. But I would have, like, threw something. I would have stormed off. I would have been pissed. What did you guys think about the proposal thing? I think the show didn't expect the outrage. They didn't post anything on social media about Jenn and Devin. Making her watch it with Devin right beside her was brutal. It was so unnecessary. Did anyone feel like the timing to show was not a good choice? Like, they could have just uploaded it to YouTube or not shown it at all? No. We deserve, thank you for subscribing to my channel, appreciate it. We deserve to see the proposal. Don't even say that we didn't. We watched this show for over 2 months long. We watched the show for an engagement at the end. Whether it works out or not, we watched it for the engagement. We watched it for the proposal. We deserve the full side of the story. We deserve to see that moment. First time in history, a woman is proposing to the man. We deserve to see that proposal, 100%. Not on YouTube. We deserved to see it on the TV. We just deserved to see it before Jenn came out so that she didn't have to cry in front of everyone. But I think The Bachelor just wanted to make the fans cry with her because I think that's what gets people reactions and invested. And I sometimes feel like these producers only care about getting people talking about the show online and less about their contestants. I mean, they really don't always protect their leads. We've seen that before. It's been a conversation in Bachelor Nation for years. And thank God Jenn got this Dancing with the Stars announcement because it would have been so rude of them to throw her away after that and be like, well, figure it out. Like, at least Jenn now has this new exciting journey. And I mean, I can't believe how quick she got into it. Obviously, Jenn is literally like, was an overnight decision. Like, she was not on the cast until last night after that all transpired. And then it was like, no, we have no choice but to put her on. There was rumors that Sasha was supposed to be a troop. He was not supposed to be a pro this season. He was supposed to be downgraded to a troop, and Ezra was upgraded. Sasha and Jenn were thrown together. They didn't even have a cast picture. If you guys looked at the cast announcements, Jenn and Sasha did not have a cast picture in half of the articles. Jenn had to fly to Good Morning America, do a red eye from New York. You know, Joey missed after the final rose, whatever. He was already there. Jenn was not supposed to be on this cast until last night. How is Jenn going to do on Dancing with the Stars? A troupe on Dancing with the Stars is basically a dancer who's in the opening numbers or will fill in if someone gets sick. So they're like involved in the show, but they're just not one of the pros. It's like the group without the partners. Yeah. So now let's talk about the text messages. And I feel so icky sharing these, but they're already all over the internet. Even if I didn't share them, they were already there. Devin posted them. So Devin posted these text messages on his Instagram story at like 4 a.m. It was a last-ditch effort to kind of share his side of the story. And it was a way for him to kind of share his side, but then he quickly deleted them. Oh, sorry if you were reading them. Why would he quickly delete these? You know, I mean, if you're going to post them, say it with your chest. Like, did he just want a few people to see them and delete them? Because Jenn also had a message on her Instagram that she deleted. So Devin posted, and Devin is the blue and Jenn is the black. Isn't it so funny how some people have dark mode on their phone? I have bright mode on mine always. So Jenn is saying, why did you want to talk to me in person in the first place? Devin says, I wanted to tell you all of this in person because you deserved more than a phone call. I didn't spring this on you. I wanted to talk about this in person and you forced it out of me. What, she forced out the truth because you were avoiding the truth, Devin? Yeah, she's going to force out the truth because if you don't know how to communicate, Devin, and someone can easily tell that something is wrong and that there is an issue and there is something weird in the air, of course she's going to force out the truth because you're not able to communicate, Devin. Okay. Of course, this isn't the way I wanted to do things. Well, then by the way, but the way you said it last night made it seem like you already made up your mind, not that you wanted to have a conversation about it. And then Devin says, just last Friday, you said we should break up. You've said that before. I really took that to heart because I've been having doubts about our relationship. And I'm not happy right now when I know you aren't either. I'm always falling short of your expectations. I have already expressed my own doubts. And the last HC, which is a happy couple weekend where they're supposed to meet privately to chat, because they can't be seen while the show's airing. I was very honest about where my heart stood. I don't know what else to say, Jenn. You don't deserve this, and I don't think I can give you what you deserve. I know I said I wanted to break up, and I was emotionally charged when I said that, and obviously I didn't go through with that because things can what? Things can what? Things can what? Like, he cut off the screen. Okay. What did you guys think about those texts? I'm surprised he didn't edit this message. On an interview this morning, she said she hadn't talked to Devin, but she also gave a look. Are these texts from after the finale? Yeah, I did see the interview this morning where Jenn gave like a little bit of a look. I hope she's not lying to us. His texts feel like bait, bro. Why are you texting her post-finale after already ghosting her? Yeah, these text messages didn't have a date. Devin is a blank. I completely agree. He can't communicate at all. I was yelling at the TV. I mean, even if Jenn... But what do these text messages prove? They prove that they weren't happy and that they weren't working together. But like, whatever. Like, those text messages mean nothing to me. Because the 25 minutes of after the final rose, where Jenn and Devin both had multiple opportunities to speak their truth, that means everything to me. That was your time. That was the big arena. Cutting cropped text messages where we don't know the date, we don't know the time, we don't know the context mean nothing. And then posting them and deleting them, like, you don't have validation with that. Everything I need to know was on after the final rose. We saw you guys interact in person. If Devin was so upset and really felt like Jenn wasn't being honest and was trying to like manipulate the story to make her look bad, then he literally should have said, hey, Jenn, you're trying to manipulate the story to make me look bad. You know you wanted to break up. And he should have called her out. I don't care that she's the Bachelorette and that everyone's on her side. If she's lying about you, call her out. If she's lying on your name, call her out. Call her out. Speak your truth. Speak your truth. Don't post text messages at 4 a.m. that are cropped and out of context. Speak your truth. Call her out. You're already the villain. What do you have to lose? Nothing. Speak your truth. Say what you got to say about the breakup. Do you guys agree with me? These do not make Devin look any better. I don't care. These text messages mean nothing to me. They're out of context. We don't know the context. Everything to me is about the conversation after the final rose and how they talked. They both had opportunities to speak. There's a reason he kept quiet. I feel like he's hiding more and he didn't want to poke the bear. Well, obviously he didn't want to poke the bear and make her say more, right? He didn't want to make her say more to call him out. But at that point, you were already called out and you already looked so bad. Poke the bear and say your truth. You have nothing to lose. And say it now. Like, that was the arena. That's why we were there. That's the most viewers. Devin will go on a podcast, maybe, hopefully, and he can share his side. It's not going to get as many listens as After the Final Rose got viewers. So he should have said it then and there. He should have came prepared. He should have knew this was coming. There was multiple months that he knew this was coming. Jenn said that she looked at that TV and cried every week while Devin was posting on social media about the show. I did see the producer's tweet saying that Devin wasn't fully honest, indicating he may have done something more. Yeah, and I know that there was a rumor that maybe Devin and Maria hooked up, but that's just a theory. There's no proof to that rumor at all. I think Devin saw the show and got turned off watching Jenn chase Sam and Marcus. Knowing he was last pick, everybody wants to be number one. There's no denying that Devin got the ick from Jenn and that he was the one that kind of ended things. But the problem was, and Jenn even said, I understand if you change your feelings. The problem was that he didn't communicate. He withheld information and dismissed her feelings. Speak. Clearly, I'm very passionate about this. I just really believe in communication, and I really believe in just speaking your truth and letting it out there and getting things off your chest and speaking your mind. Not manipulating people, not lying to people, not withholding information. Wonder who Nick Viall will have on the Viall Files. Great question. Do you guys know I saw Nick Viall last night? I saw Nick and Natalie at the Mormon Wives Mom Talk event. I talked to Natalie for a couple minutes. I didn't really talk to Nick. I said hi. But they had Tyler, Frankie, Paul on. And I had so much fun at the Mom Talk event last night. If you guys are not going to watch The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, you have to. It's going to be out on Friday. A couple of the wives came late to the event because they were After the Final Rose. But then I left the event early because I had to be home by 8 o'clock. The event started at 5:30. I was there at 5 because I was interviewing like about half of them. And I told Hulu, they were so excited for me to interview them. I wanted to make sure I could get there early and interview the ladies before a lot of people got there. I literally went to get my content, to work, to do everything I had to do. And then I was out of there by 7 so that I can get home by 8 and prepare for this show. I would love for Nick to have Devin on. I think that'd be genius. And I guess we'll see. Because I don't think he's going to have Jenn on. Did you get any sleep, Zachary? I did get a few hours of sleep. I woke up, I think I went to sleep around 12, let's say, woke up around 5:30, was up for about an hour for the Dancing with the Stars announcement, posted a little bit about that, then went back to sleep for 2 hours, woke up at 8:40 for my interview with HUD at 9, and now we're here. So obviously I'm not getting a lot of sleep, but you know, what am I supposed to do? Like, I love working. Like, this is work for me. Like, there's nothing that makes me happier than working, you know? So like, this is a big week and I'm like, my numbers are up and I'm doing great. I'm really proud of myself. And I also want to just send everyone love, including Devin, Jenn, and Marcus, everyone on the show. You know, good for you for putting yourselves out there. You know, good for you guys for just being, you know, for putting yourself on the platform. I mean, it's obviously hard. I mean, everyone signed up for it. There's consequences. It's not easy to get online hate and backlash. It is part of the show. It's part of sharing your journey. It's a part of being making bad decisions, is getting called out for them when you're on TV. So there's that. I don't really think I have anything else to say about The Bachelorette right now and the finale. Obviously, I'll make more videos this week and I'll talk more about it. But I do think we should get to Dancing with the Stars because I'm only going to be live for about 10 more minutes because I obviously have other things to do. I'm just kidding, but I do. I love you guys. Okay, so let's talk about the Dancing with the Stars cast. There are 13 couples on the show. Let me know what you guys think. Who are you most excited about? Let's kind of go over each couple and talk about it and share our thoughts. So our first Dancing with the Stars couple is Brandon Armstrong, who I think is a really nice guy. he's the pro partner, and he is with actress Chandler Kinney. She played Willa in the Disney Channel original movie. She's been in Zombies, and she also starred as Tabitha from Pretty Little Liars. And she has danced as a child, so she is nervous and excited and complimented to be in this competition. She says she loves the show because it requires showmanship and attention to detail, and everyone on the stage has proven they're more capable of that. So I think that she's going to do a great job, and I think they're going to do a great job together. And I think they potentially could go really far, right? But it's all about the votes and about the chemistry on camera. So we'll see when the show starts, September 17th on a Tuesday. I will be in the ballroom this season. I don't know when, but I will. Okay, next up, we have Britt and her partner, Eric Roberts, who is an actor best known for King of the Gypsies and Star 80. So he is a little bit older. His movies are in the 1970s, the 1980s. He had an Oscar nomination with Julia Roberts. He says that taking on this role was like a mile and a half outside of his comfort zone. He also realized that his family found out about Dancing with the Stars inclusion in real time. Obviously, when there is an older gentleman on the show, you know, maybe they're not as flexible or able to do flips and stuff. So, you know, potentially an early elimination. Okay, then we have my girl, my queen, my icon, Riley. Oh, someone said Eric Robert is Emma Roberts' dad. Interesting. We're going to get to Joey. Oh my gosh, guys. So Riley Arnold is partners with Steven, the gymnast. Now, he was the first person announced to be on the cast. He is just made waves at the Paris Olympics. And obviously, he is very young. And Riley is obviously very popular. Now, I guess Steven has a girlfriend. So he's not the hot and young single partner that I envisioned for Riley to have. You know, I was really hoping for Riley to have this hot, young, single partner. She doesn't have that. So that's okay. You know, Riley was really involved in a showmance last year with Harry that Harry was really pushing, even making like pregnancy jokes. You know, Harry was like really pushing that, and it was probably uncomfortable for Riley, I think, towards the end. So I think that she now has a stable partner that is really going to respect her and be a friend for her. I think it'll be good, and I think they'll have a great dynamic. I guess he has a girlfriend. So I am rooting for Riley. I hope she makes top 4 this season, right? Okay, so next couple is Jenna and Joey. Now, Jenna did post a rose emoji a few days ago on her Instagram, which really teased us to believe that that her partner was going to be Joey. Joey's going to be on the next season of Dancing with the Stars. Everyone is so excited. He is so beloved in Bachelor Nation. Like, we all really root for him. He was on Charity season. He was the runner-up, and then he became the Bachelor and got engaged to Kelsey A. And Kelsey A was at After the Final Rose last night with Mark. And Mark is going to be on the Golden Bachelorette. So they have a lot of relevancy and TV time coming. I love Kelsey and Joey. They have such fun TikToks. Kelsey is amazing. I saw her at a party last week and got to chat with her. And she just is so fun and cool and nice. Kelsey's everything. And I'm really excited to root for Jenna and Joey this season. I also really like Jenna a lot. I like her and Val. They're married. They have a kid. This is probably a couple that I'm going to root for. Probably like potentially my number 1. I know some people are wondering about Joey and Jenn, right? They dated on Joey's season. What does Joey think of Jenn's finale? What does Joey think of Devin and the breakup? Are they going to interact? Is it awkward? I definitely am curious about, and I hope someone asks Joey in an interview, like what his thoughts are about Jenn being on the show now, right? So it'll be interesting to have the two of them there. Our next couple is Mr. Allen, who we love. He's been a dancer on the show for a very long time, and he's so fun. And his partner is, you know his partner. His partner be Iona Mayer. She is a professional rugby player who helped the U.S. women's rugby team to a bronze medal at the 2024 Paris Olympics. Mayer is the digital cover star for the 2024 Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue and has used her platform to advocate for body positivity and bring attention to women's sports. She called the Olympics her life goal, but she said she's bracing herself for the ballroom. So I think that this couple could do really well. It seems like she's fun and has good energy and that they already have banter. I think Alan is one of the more popular dancers, so I think they could get a lot of votes. Then we have Val and Phaedra. Oh Lord, not Ekansu. Phaedra Parks is an icon. She was on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. She was on Traitors. She was so funny on Traitors. She's actually going to be returning to The Real Housewives of Atlanta and Married to Medicine. She's a mortician. She's a lawyer. Phaedra Parks is booked and busy. She's the funniest person in the world. Val is also so much fun to watch as a dancer. And I think that they're going to be a really fun couple to watch this season. I don't know if Phaedra is going to be able to like dance really well. I mean, she's very sexual and flirty and like, Phaedra has like a very mesmerizing vibe to her where you can't stop looking at her. You can't stop thinking about her. Like she demands the energy in the room. So I do think Phaedra can do really well on the show. I just don't know how good of a dancer she's going to be. But I think she has all the personality and all the pizzazz. Next up, we have Ezra and Anna Delvey. So Ezra it's his first season as a pro, so everyone's really excited for him. It was a big announcement on Monday that he was going to be a pro. He's been a troop for many years. So everyone is just really happy and supporting Ezra because he totally deserves this. And I love seeing his content on Instagram and TikTok and stuff of him talking about how excited he was to be on the show. But his partner, Anna Delvey, is very controversial. She even has an ankle bracelet. So basically, she is notorious and so-called a fake heiress whose financial crimes and lavish lifestyle inspired the Emmy-nominated Netflix show Inventing Anna and was detailed in the book My Friend Anna, The True Story of a Fake Heiress. In 2019, Delvey was convicted on 8 counts, including grand larceny and theft of services. She was sentenced to 12 years in prison, fined $24,000 and nearly $200,000 in restitution. She was released on good behavior in February 2021. She said she's good at the cha-cha. So I really don't know much about Anna Delvey. I do think it's a little insane that she's on the show, given her past. But I also do believe in second chances. I mean, she did the time. She gave all that money away and did 12 years in jail. After 12 years in jail, you have enough time to think about your mistakes and become a good person again. Like, we got to give her a second chance at life. I'm sure she learned her mistakes. And I'm sure, she's never going to do any of that again. Like, come on. There's I want to give her a second chance. They're saying she's still on house arrest though, and that she has an ankle monitor, obviously. So it'll be interesting to see a criminal on the show and see what her vibe is. Okay, next up, Tori Spelling and Sasha. Tori Spelling is an actress from 90210. She also has a big personality, but I don't think they're going to go far. I think they're going to be an early elimination. I don't think Tori will be able to win over the Dancing with the Stars fans, and I don't think that Pasha is the most popular dancer on the show. So I kind of think that they might be the first eliminated, but Tori is really funny. So maybe she can make us laugh. Then we have Daniela, who I love. I just met her recently at her jewelry event last weekend. She's great. And her partner, Dwight Howard, he's very tall. And I think that they're going to be a great couple this season. I think they can go pretty far. Then we have Emma. And okay, so I didn't know how to say his name and I already got some flack for it, but some people are just calling him Reggie. He is one of TV's most beloved dads, playing Carl on Family Matters for 9 seasons between 1989 and 1997. He's played police office characters and he is really funny. Is he going to be a good dancer is the question. Emma is obviously one of the most popular dancers on the show. She runs the live tour. So I think that I don't know. We'll see if they have a good dynamic or not. I wouldn't put them in my top 4. Then we have Gleb and his partner, Brooke, who is a Sports Illustrated model. They're definitely going to be the hottest couple on this season. So I think that we can expect them to just be hot and fun. Brooke Nader, she has been on so much Sports Illustrated models. She was featured in Baywatch. And I think that they're going to be fun to watch and go pretty far as well. Then we have Danny Amendola and his partner, Whitney. I feel like Danny has kind of gotten some backlash online for his past relationships. So Whitney's so beloved. She just came back from her time off because she was, raising her family. She had a baby. So I think the fans are really excited to see Whitney back on the show. And Danny's really hot, but I'm just wondering if he'll be able to win over the audience because I feel like he's had some drama with his exes. And I feel like a lot of people take the girl side. Danny was on Special Forces with Dwight Howard. So, or was Dwight Howard not on Special Forces? I thought he was. Maybe not, but Dwight Howard, you know, he is NBA player. He's played for the Lakers. So I thought they were friends. I don't know. And then our last couple is Jen Tran and Sasha. So this was the last minute addition, the last couple. And, you know, we'll see how they do. I mean, I hope Jen makes it kind of far, or at least halfway, just because of everything she's been through. I really am glad that she's getting this opportunity and that she's not going to be defined or remembered on TV from her dramatic ending on The Bachelorette, because that was so crazy. So I think that her and Sasha are going to get a lot of fan support, hopefully in the beginning. I don't know if Devin's going to try and like say some things that are going to make people take his side or see another side of things. But I mean, how could you not root for Jen Tran after how emotional she was last night? And I mean, good for her, because she could have been down in the dumps. And this opportunity is really going to get her out of a funk that she could have been in and the embarrassment she probably felt from proposing to a man on TV who broke up with her. So I'm really happy Jen, they added her last minute, and I'm happy that she's on the cast. And I will definitely, I think I'm going to vote for her for like the first week, just because she deserves, you know, it. But other than that, like, I think my favorite couple is Joey and Jenna. And then I also am rooting for Val and Phaedra, and then Ezra and Anna. I don't know much about Anna, but I am really rooting for Ezra. And then I'm also rooting for Riley, obviously. And I think those are my favorite couples so far, if I had to pick, because I can't pick everybody. So those are my thoughts on the Dancing with the Stars cast. We are live now 46 minutes, and this is saved. So if you guys missed it, you can always go back. Before you guys leave my live, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. It helps the algorithm. I am continuing to grow my YouTube channel, so it really means a lot that you guys tune in and that you guys enjoy this, because I love doing it. Before you head out of here, thumbs up, subscribe, check my Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Go follow Zachary Reality on all platforms. I have interviews coming up soon with Hud and Shane from Claim to Fame, as well as the Mormon Wife's TikTok interviews that will come out Friday. And then tomorrow, I'm working a carpet with Fox TV and YouTube TV, which is so exciting, guys. You're going to see it all over my page tomorrow, but it's not necessarily going to be my content because I'm working for them. So I'm not sure like what I'll be able to post, but I'm interviewing like Nick Cannon, Rita Ora, a bunch of celebrities, and a bunch of people who are going to be on Fox shows for the fall of 2024. So it's a really exciting opportunity, and I can't wait to share the content. This is honestly a really exciting week for me. There's a lot going on, and I have so much work to do, and I only have 2 hands, but I'm going to do it all because I love it, and I love to be busy. Okay, that is all for today. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.